What are the best topics to make YouTube videos about? You've been told to follow the trends or chase views or just talk about what you love to talk about, and somehow your audience will find you. If you're building a business, that advice can take you in the opposite direction of any results. In this episode, we'll dig into what topics will actually drive leads to your business and how attracting leads is drastically different than going after the most views. You'll also learn how to avoid wasting time on videos that get more views and don't generate leads. Let's dive right in. So there are some common myths that we need to discuss. Myth number one, the best YouTube topics are the ones with the most views. Now, if views is your goal, then that's what you should focus on. But if lead generation is your goal, having a video go viral can really hurt your channel and make your channel generate way less leads. Myth number two, the best topics are what big YouTubers are doing. This is a very popular strategy to find what the most successful YouTube channels are doing, what topics have they covered recently, and to try and match that, to try and follow in their wake. This does not work, and here's why. You have a video that is ranking for a certain subject or topic, or it's popular for a certain thing, and you've seen that video, so you know that the video is doing well, and you know that the algorithm is favoring that video in this space. And so if you make a video on that same topic and YouTube has the choice, is it going to share the successful one or the brand new copycat video? In every case, YouTube is going to show that one and bury yours. It never works. Myth number three, I should choose a topic I love and just hope the audience follows. The one good thing that would come from that is it will help you get comfortable on camera. Are you going to grow a channel? Are you going to get a lot of views? No, that's not going to work. When people don't know who you are, they don't care about you. So you've got to do the opposite. If you want people to find your channel and to value it, you need to give them what they need. It needs to be about them and not about you. Now, there's a very easy way to find out exactly what people want to watch. In fact, you can hone in on your target audience, like the people who would be your ideal audience, your ideal customers. You can do research and find what questions they're asking on YouTube. Imagine how valuable that would be. You knew the questions or what they were typing into YouTube search. If you make that content, they will now find you. How do I know if a topic will attract the right audience? Whatever your expertise is, if you find questions around that expertise, you can look at the questions. The more specific they are, the better. And you can differentiate one question from another and know if, ooh, that person is my target audience, ooh, that one is not. So the more thorough a job you do with your keyword research, the better you're going to be able to differentiate and only pick the topics for your target audience. What makes a YouTube topic good for lead generation, not just views? So I think about things very linearly, right? So if you have the question that people are asking, the video that you make that answers their question, the gift that you offer at the end of the video that helps them become a lead, and the services that you offer, do they relate, right? Are they connected? So if the service you offer relates to the question, then that is naturally going to lead to lead generation. If you help people with tax strategy, that's the service that you provide, and there are people asking questions about taxes and tax strategy, then you are going to attract leads by creating content in that space. What is more valuable, trends or evergreen content? The reason you might think that you should follow trends is you see a lot of other people do that, but the people you see do that, their focus is different than lead generation. Their focus is views for ad revenue. But trends come and go. You want to make a video that generates leads for years and years to come. So evergreen content is key. And if you do your research right and you find these questions that people are asking, your audience is going to be asking that same question for years and years and years. So think about how valuable that is. You find that question, you make a video that answers that question, and now, for years and years, anyone who asks that question is finding your answer. How do I find the questions my audience is asking? I'm going to tell you my favorite tool to use, and it's not vidIQ. It's not TubeBuddy. Answer the Public is closer, but you don't have enough data about search volume. You don't actually know how many people are asking these questions. So my favorite tool is the Keyword Magic Tool. It's by the company SEMrush, but you can get a 2-week free trial. Now, I use this tool every day. Yesterday, I spent 3 hours on this tool. When you do the 2-week free trial, and you can get that at herokeywordtool.com. So when you dive in, I want you to turn on some features and experiment. So go to the Keyword Magic Tool, turn on questions, and turn your word count filter to 8. and then just experiment. Type in a few different topics that you're an expert at and let me know what questions you see there. This is going to be a game changer for you. What's better, broad topics that reach more people or narrow ones that solve specific problems? Well, the broad topics do reach more people. They have higher volume collectively, but those are the ones with the most competition, so you never want to start there. If you go after the really niche or really narrow topics that are way more specific, you can rank at the top of YouTube search within a day or so, and the more of those that you start to dominate YouTube search with, then the more likely you'll dominate the entire niche and the more broad topics. Can I reuse the same topic from different angles or questions? Absolutely. A lot of times people think that, oh, I can't be too repetitive, or what if I talk about the same thing too much on my channel? But think about this. Is your goal to nurture or to market? Now, nurturing is important, but what is your goal for YouTube? Because I nurture on my email list. Other people nurture on Facebook or on a podcast or on LinkedIn. So what I mean by market versus nurture, nurture means they already know who you are. They become your Facebook friend, and anything you post, you're nurturing that friendship. Or they're an email list subscriber, and every email you send out, you're nurturing that relationship. You're staying top of mind. So nurturing is key. Marketing is you're getting in front of people who have never heard of you before. So you can leverage YouTube through YouTube search to have one of the best marketing strategies out there and getting in front of people who've never heard of you before, but yet they're searching for what you have to offer. So you don't necessarily want to be repetitive, but as you do keyword research, you're going to find the different specific questions that people are asking on your topic. And so you're going to be able to talk about your topic from a lot of different directions, and that's actually what's going to help your channel grow, and that's what's going to help you dominate that entire topic. What if my niche feels too saturated? Are there still good topics left? So I've been actively producing channels on this strategy for about a dozen years. And I will tell you, the niche or the space that I've helped the most clients in is in the real estate investing space. That space is very competitive, it is very saturated, and yet when you follow the leaf strategy that I teach on this channel, you will know exactly how to fit in to that competitive space. Let me show you an example. This is Bob Diamond. He's a real estate investing expert. He's also a tax attorney. So what you're looking at here, you might not understand what you're seeing, but a no is bad. A no means that Bob is not ranking on YouTube for any of these questions on October 1st of 24. And you can see he got some starting, that means he's in the top 20. You see some that are yes, which means he's ranking in the top 3. But he filmed a lot of videos on this branch, Real Estate Money Make, or Making Money in Real Estate. He filmed a lot of videos, and after a handful of months, we didn't really have a lot of traction to show for it. So keep that in mind. I would call this not very successful, but look at this branch. There are a ton of questions around tax sales. Tax sales is a very specific niche in the real estate investing world. When we checked his ranking on October 1st, he had mostly no's and just a few yeses. But look, a handful of months later, and he's got tons of yeses. He's totally dominating this branch. We picked 49 questions on this tax sale branch. We were ranking for 5 of them in the beginning, and now we're ranking for 26 of them. So of all the channels I've helped in the real estate space, if you pick the exact same branch of someone else who's followed the leaf strategy, just plan on ranking at the top with them. But in your space, in the competitive space, what is your main expertise? What is your focus? This that I've shown you here is so rare. I produce over 60 different YouTube channels and I consult on many, many more. We've always found a space that they can dominate. I want you to understand the ins and outs of my leaf strategy. If you do, you'll know what to do to get your videos ranking at the top every time. So I've made another episode. I'll link to it right here. It's called The Leaf Strategy, How to Rank #1 on YouTube. Definitely go watch that video now.